When you answer those questions, the third question should be, if you're interested in a serious relationship, would you date the man version of you? Would you date the female version of you? Meaning, because you brought up a good point, right? If you don't cook, if you don't clean, if you're not emotionally available, if you're a cheater, if you're all these things, would you want your partner to be those things as well? If the answer is no, you have to change. There's one example I gave to a woman I was working with, and I asked her the same question. I asked her, okay, tell me 5 things about. I asked her, tell me 5 things about yourself that you don't like. She listed them. I was like, so the opposite is true. And then I asked her, okay, tell me what kind of man would want a woman with those 5 things. She was like, I don't know. I was like, okay. Your son. She's like, yes. Would you want your son to bring home someone, a woman like you? Are you willing to set a high standard where most people don't make the mark? Or are you willing to just set a standard where it's like a curb, where everyone can step over that standard? Because if you set the standard low enough and any and everyone can cross it or meet it, then you're setting up your child for failure, because you don't want your child to grow up in the same situation that you grew up in, right? Because a lot of people who are single parents, what were they before? They were a child of a single parent. So at what point does someone put up their hand and say, you know what, I'm going to be different, not only for myself but for my child? I'm going to let my child know that, hey, it's not acceptable to accept this. It is acceptable to say that. And I'm going to be the living, walking, talking, breathing symbol of that. And that's where I coach the women who have children, because it's so important for them to understand that accountability and responsibility for not only their own lives, but how the children see the world is theirs.